At the Congress Legislature Party meeting held on 9th December 2020 at the MLA hostel, the leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, said that the Congress Party is all out for the implementation of ILP in Meghalaya. While speaking on the MRSSA, Dr. Mukul Sangma also said that the present government has not taken things seriously and has not been able to fulfill its promises to the people of the state.
Our Indian National Congress vis-a-vis that felt need of the people of the state. Our mandate was given to the government in the assembly itself by adopting a resolution unanimously that the state government will take all necessary measures to prevail upon Government of India to implement ILP as per the resolution adopted in the state legislature by all the parties unanimously. What was the promise? You heard the deliberations. And the assurance of the Chief Minister then, while the resolution was being moved. Was it not a fact that the moment we have the resolution, he will ensure that it is implemented in the state and they will do all necessary, whatever is necessary to prevail upon Government of India? What has happened? After the resolution was adopted, that is the stand of the government, stand of the CLP and stand of the party that yes, over and above Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act, because of the situation that has unfolded, because of the Citizenship Amendment Act that was imposed upon us, therefore, to further complement or amplify the Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act and its mandate, we must put in place the provision of the Eastern Frontier Regulation Act 1873 in the form of ILP. They took a delegation after that. We are all waiting for positive response. We were assured that after Christmas, they were asked to go back, and then we were even saying that, okay, we have got the green signal probably after Christmas. Now we are nearing another, this is already 2021 December, 2020. Christmas is, I think there's already the whole festive mood in the state. And 1 year has gone. The opposition had to remind the government and the Chief Minister in the last assembly, you have witnessed that the members of the CLP have discussed this issue, pulled up the state government for their non-seriousness and for lying to us and not doing anything, and shake them up and woke them up from the deep slumber. Now, because of that, the civil society organizations and NGOs are there, shaking up and waking them up from the deep slumber. Therefore, what has been promised to the people, what has been promised to us in the assembly, must be fulfilled by this government. They should not lie to us. If they don't do what is required and expected to be done by them, then it will amount to lying in the floor of the house to all of us. Promising something which they don't do in the house amounts to lying to the people of the state, not only to the elected representatives. Therefore, friends, we would like the government not to just lay to the gallery, but be serious upon its responsibility that is vested upon it. Then, on the issue of ILP, as they have promised and as has been taken up by the opposition, by the members of the CLP in the August House in the recently concluded assembly, they must proceed further and prevail upon government. I hope they will not continue to remain deep slumber and find all the excuses to somehow hide their lack of seriousness and dishonesty. 60 members of the August House, of the current August House, have already given the mandate to proceed further to prevail upon Government of India to implement ILP in the House through its resolution. Now that's why I'm saying that opposition has already shaken them and woke them up during the last session, saying that, look, you have been given this mandate in the August House through resolution which was adopted unanimously. What are they waiting for? Were they seen really aggressively pursuing Government of India to really prevail upon Government of India to implement ILP, as was decided and assured in the August House? That is what we have sought to know in the floor of the House during the last session. Now, therefore, the resolution which was adopted is representing all the 60 members. Please be clear on this. That resolution represents the 60 members of the August House. So, they need not play to the gallery, nor do we want to play to the gallery. We want to be practical and we are serious.
Further stating about the present government's neglect of issues that tell upon the welfare of the people, Dr. Sangma said that various government undertakings have been suffering because of the lack of responsibility on the part of those at the helm of affairs to meet the basic demands of the people. Naming a few undertakings like the MCCL, the MECL, the Municipal Corporation, and the SSA and ad hoc teachers, he said that the basic demands of this group of people have not been met, and this is not only causing inconvenience but also hampering their livelihood and well-being.
Having taken up issues, we felt it necessary to further discuss on issues which are unfolding in the state of Meghalaya, and at the same time, the issues which require attention of the government and required to be addressed on a priority basis. Innumerable issues are there, but the important thing is that issues which concern the state and has its serious ramification if left unattended to by the government are the issues that we have taken up to discuss. And this discussion is with an intention to be able to draw the attention of the government and see that the government responds and live up to its commitment to serve the people and serve the state. A number of issues are there. The issues of employees of various government undertakings who are running from pillar to post to draw the attention of the government and respond accordingly and ensure that they are given their salaries. Now, we have the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited and different companies under this holding company. The employees of this organization are agitating. You people have been a witness. So also were we, where they have demonstrated to draw the attention of each one of us, not just of the government, and appropriately articulated how concerned they are. And they are not only concerned about their salaries, but also concerned about the fiscal health of the MECL, and at the same time, the likely long-term ramification of the mismanagement of this organization by the current government. It is expected that the government should address this concern, and MECL being one of the organizations which cannot be ignored, because energy sector is crucial. Its necessary fuel for the engine of growth. Therefore, the kind of attention that it deserves must be seen coming from the side of the government. Though it's sad to say that the attention vis-a-vis correction to the alleged mismanagement is not really happening and not really visible. We would like to urge the government to correct things, ensure that proper management of the very important government-owned company is assured by action on the ground. And at the same time, as there has been quite a number of allegations of irregularities, mismanagement, including the manner in which various important implementation of the programs have been embarked upon by the government, they must be corrected and must be addressed. Even in the assembly, you have seen, we have drawn the attention of the government. Whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, when irregularities are presented before the government, when the attention of the government is drawn, it is expected that the government should look at its responsibility in the true sense of the term. The position and power that they hold by being in the handle of affairs of government also comes with sense of responsibility. So they cannot shrug out their responsibility. The responsibility of correcting things, the responsibility of looking into any instances of alleged irregularities or corruption, which can have an adverse ramification on the fiscal health and overall sustainability of this crucial government company. Then we also have concern about Maudu Chera Cement Limited, which is again the government company, and the concerns of the employees are also being conveyed through a process of democracy, which in other words is by AGTT. I don't know whether government's attention should be drawn only through an agitation, or even before that the government should be attending to their responsibilities. So it's very sad that the employees of the government-owned companies have to come to the street and resort to agitations. These are things which should be avoided, and it is unfulfilled. Now, another concern is that the government has always said, yeah, we will take care of Shillong. The Shillong city has its own legacy, history. We are proud of the city. It's something different. You don't see too many cities which is like Shillong. Our beautiful city, our beautiful Shillong city, our beautiful capital. We are proud of this place. But today, unfortunately, even the employees of the municipality, they are victim of non-payment of salary. The whole management of the municipality is affecting the citizens of this beautiful city. Similar things are happening elsewhere. I think what is happening just in front of you is being shared with you. We would like to draw the attention of the government to immediately correct things and ensure that this very crucial organization, which is required to be effective and acting 24/7, is not given the kind of treatment that is being given by this government. They're talking about smart city. They're talking about so many things. You have seen in the assembly when the no confidence motion was tabled and then debated, discussed, then the reply. The reply of the Chief Minister was not to address the concern which was articulated appropriately by the opposition. Not to correct those things, but it was more like a discussion on budget, giving flowery figures. Now, If there can be some flowery figures in other sectors, why is it not possible for the government to take care of these crucial sectors? Shillong Municipality Board. So these are concerns of the people of the state. And as responsive opposition, responsive members of the state who are in public life, it is our binding responsibility to draw the attention of the government. I hope the government responds to it immediately and correct things. Now, what is the reason for this mismanagement, this mess in municipality, Shillong Municipality Board? I was trying to find out, okay, during our time, what happened? Was there a similar situation? I'm tempted to share with you that we inherited similar situation when we took charge in 2010. But subsequently we corrected things. But today, it's back to square one. So these small things which is keeping the attention of the public and therefore probably also the government. Because this government is seen as though the government who has to be, woken up from a deep slumber to act upon and realize that they have a responsibility. This is exactly what has been seen in the last preceding almost 3 years now. By March 5th, 2021, this government will complete 3 years in office. Similar thing. Just before I came to Shillong, the delegation of the SSA teachers wanted an audience. I had the privilege to give them an audience. Similar story. What was the promise of this government? After they assumed office, what was the promise of this government in the assembly? Particularly the chief minister. And what was the promise during the election?